Good morning, guys and gals, family, growing family. Welcome back to Island Girl Gardening and Up. I am just this morning giving a quick little look at the garden right now in its current state on September the 2nd of 2023. As you can see, there is still a lot going on in here. A couple things that I want to show you. As you can see, we have harvested, and in the empty beds, I believe Mr. Up has put some new veggies, so we're gonna take a look at that too later on. But I just wanted to look from the outside because I like to come on the other side of my fence and look in, and it's such a beautiful sight. We still got some okra in there. I'm gonna harvest that. This beautiful plant right here is my lantana, and it is spread like wildflowers. I absolutely love it. This little gem right here is my bee balm. So these are pollinators. My sunflowers, which they're starting to die right now. Another pollinator. My hyssop, starting to die back now, but it has those beautiful purple flowers on them. That's another pollinator. So today's talk will just be about pollinators, because I love pollinators. My sunflowers, like I said, they're starting to die now, but we're harvesting the flowers for the seeds so that we can plant them again next year. Looks like I got some tomatoes down in there. Yeah, definitely have some more squash. And the other little thing I want to talk about is our friendly guest in the garden. And I don't know if you could see him really well, but I'll put a picture up too. That is a banana spider. And you could see his web is beautiful. I've never seen it with the sunlight hitting on it before. So like I said, I like to take a different vantage point of the garden to see it. But here is the banana spider. Now you could probably see him a lot better right there. I have about 4 or 5 of them in the garden this year. It's probably the most I've ever had. But they are friends. They keep the flies and the mosquitoes and any other little pest at bay. So I love when I see them. But like I said, I have about 4 of them in the garden. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course, the hibiscus forest, which is still doing its thing. We got raspberries coming in right now. Raspberries. So this is the raspberry patch now. And of course our elderberry that we've been harvesting from. We've dried some and we've frozen some. But the last batch will probably make our elderberry syrup from. And we got our Arona berries, our peaches, of course, that we have already harvested. Grapevine didn't do so terribly good this year. So I'm thinking maybe next year. It's probably because we moved it. I'm thinking it had a little bit of transplant shock. So it didn't produce this year, but that's okay. It's got its new trellis and it'll be fine. Pear and our other little elderberry forest that's going on in there. That right there is another elderberry. My hubby actually got it from someone else who was growing elderberry. So we have a new elderberry bush or tree in the yard. And if you can see that one over there, it looks like it's got some elderberry to harvest. See that dark patch? Yeah, probably some more elderberry to harvest. Okay, and back to my sunflowers. Pollinators brought a lot of bees to the garden this year. This right here, I'm a little overgrown this year. Like I said, we didn't weed as much and take grass out of the garden as much as we have in the past. So a lot of overgrowth. But this right here is my bee balm. And it has a pretty, I would say, purplish flower to it. That right there is the flower, but of course it's starting to die back. But it actually, this is one plant and it actually spread. Once I clean the garden out, I'll be able to show you a little better what's going on there. So I had lots of sunflowers and they're so incredibly beautiful. I had I guess these were the 10-foot ones. You could probably see a bee up there now. And then I had, these were big, but they didn't get very tall. They had the big sunflowers on them. And so I have a couple of those in here. This is my milkweed. I planted this year because I wanted to make a butterfly garden. And unfortunately, well, fortunately, it did work as the host plant for the monarchs because I had about 8 of them. I did not capture them, however, on video. And they have, they've already become butterflies, and they've been around. I have about 8 of them now. So maybe I'll capture them on film at some point in time. But it was very successful. So that was my milkweed. This one actually hasn't flowered, so I'm wondering if maybe I might get some more. But they were actually on this plant right here. You can see the flowers. There was about 8 of them. I planted fennel also this year. And my fennel was for my tails. And if you can see right there, there's one guy hanging right there. And I'm going to see if I can capture the other one. There he is. Watching them grow from little caterpillars to where they are now has been amazing. So my fennel, that was the host plant for the black swallowtails. I have a hibiscus plant in here also. The most amazing one, well, it's all been amazing, was this one right here. As you can see, this is a chrysalis for a black swallowtail. This is the only one that has been visible to my eye because there was about 10 of them, but this is the only one that I have seen in the actual chrysalis. So during the week, it has changed from green, it's gotten some white specks on it, and it has moved. So it usually takes between, as I was reading about him, takes between 10 and 20 days for it to come to maturity and turn into a black swallowtail. So I'm really excited about watching this one. So I've been watching it. There it is. It's not moving today, but it has darkened up. So it'll darken up and then it'll lighten again and you'll actually be able to see the wings. So I'll be keeping an eye on it so you guys will be able to see that too. All right, let's see. And of course my roses always bring butterflies. And now the fall flowers are starting to come out. These are, I might have to write these in the comments. I can't remember which flower this is. But as you can see, they're starting to grow out now. Our summer ones have died back, as you can see. Those have died back. But that particular flower, which is a, oh, actually you see, I might walk up here. Some of them are actually coming back. This is the flower. And this flower actually attracted goldfinches, which I have never had before in the garden. Like I said, this has died back, but There's some coming in right there. So we might have some for the fall. But it attracted goldfinches. And it was probably about 8 of those that were around and loving these particular flowers. I had to put the name of these in the comments also so you know what they are. And let's see, more roses over there, but that's more the front yard. Let's see what else we got going on. Apples, we've been harvesting our apples. Gotten pretty much all of them off the tree. There's a couple more on there, maybe about 4 on there. Just walking back. There we go. Just looking at everything from this vantage point. I love it. I hope you love the view this morning. The sun rising. And you probably hear that little noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Of course now it's not going to be. There it is. That is in our sweet potato bed, and it is to deter the voles. So I'm hoping that it actually works. It's like an electronic sensor, and they don't like the sound of it. So it's supposed to deter them from being in the sweet potato bed. So we'll see if it actually works. We've had it in here. Of course, this is our sweet potato bed, and looking at it from a different vantage point. But you can hear we have 2 of them in here. So you know this will be our harvest the beginning of October. As you can see right there, we still have squash. And right here, this was one of the fun little things for this year that my husband actually planted. And it is bitter melon. I actually harvested one yesterday. That one looks like it will be ready. And then there's another one in there. I don't know if you can see it. That needs to be harvested. But I'm really excited about seeing what it tastes like and just cutting it open. So I'll put pictures in so that you can see it. But I harvested one yesterday. My understanding also in reading about it, because I didn't know very much about it, that you can also use the leaves. And it's got a lot of health properties. You know, you can just Google whatever health properties or health benefits they provide. It's quite a few health benefits. Let's see here. I think I see a spinach coming up in the little garden here. Ah! Yeah. We put spinach out in the garden. And those are my kung pao peppers. I harvested some of those and dehydrated them, and I made my kung pao pepper. That sounds like it's going to be really hot, but I'm looking forward to trying it. Peppers didn't do so good this year. They're kind of sort of trying to come in now. So we'll see what happens with them. We'll let them go all the way to full fruit maturity. See what happens. There was another interesting flower that is actually native to Virginia that came along my fence this year that I have not had before. And it is actually another good pollinator. And it is called a clematis. It's very pretty. It's very invasive, as you can see, because it spans about half of this fence on this side. But it's very pretty. And so we welcome that to the garden too. Alright guys, like I said, I just wanted to do a little walkthrough. Let you see what's going on September the 2nd. You can see our banana tree is huge. Haven't seen any bananas just yet. or any indication that we're going to have any. So we might just have a really nice tall banana tree this year. It does have 3 more pups on it, so we're going to harvest those and put them into another little section in the garden that we, I guess, portioned off for the banana trees that are coming out of this particular banana tree. Even though it hasn't fruited, it's given us 6 or 7 new banana trees. So we'll see what happens with that. We've given, most of them away. We have 1 planted on the other side. And then, like I said, there's still 3 in that pot that we have to get out. So citrus is doing good. But when I walk on the inside of the garden, I'll give you a view of the citrus and pineapple, because it looks like a couple of the pineapple are almost ready. So I'm excited about that. Of course, we'll do a taste test on video so that you can see it and experience it with us. I have to show you just another pollinator. That's across the yard. And those are my black-eyed Susans. Let me see if I can get you a little closer to those. And I also like doing native plants also, plants that are native to our area. That's always a plus for me, is having native plants. Let's walk by see if we can see the black-eyed Susans. Oops. There they are. Black-eyed Susans. And that's our walkthrough for the morning. We will do another walkthrough. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. I'll walk on the other side for a minute. I want to show you the banana tree. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful holiday weekend. I think it's finally going to be very nice here. We're going to have some nice weather. And this is one of the banana trees that we actually kept. I thought it was dying, but as you can see now, it's got a new leaf coming. Of course, it's not going to get to the height of the one that we have, because that one's a couple of years old now. But it's got a new leaf on it. And this is the little area that we're going to use to put the other little trees in. Maybe a couple of them. But I just wanted to show you that real quick, since I had mentioned it. And here's our koi pond. Say good morning. And Mr. Up constructed all of this, put it all together. And he did a fantastic job. And I love the pond. I love the fish. Another serene place in the garden. There's my monstera. And this was another pretty flower that my husband planted this year. And it is called a coxcomb. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if it's a pollinator or anything, but it's a beautiful flower. I'll have to do a little more research on it. I just thought I would show you that. And you can see the garden from this side. But we'll do a walkthrough on this side once it's dry. It's a little wet out here, so I don't want to trek through the grass or anything again. My feet are already wet, so. But there you have it. The Upshur Oasis. Green, flourishing, and beautiful. I love it. Okay, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. And if you can, get out and plant something. Why not? See you later. Thanks for liking our videos, subscribing to our channel, and all your comments, sharing, and if you have, of course, any questions or anything that you want to share, feel free to do so. We love comments, we love learning, we love growing and doing all those fun things with everybody. So feel free. Bye.